Floyd Mayweather versus Miguel Cotto, May 5th. This is an okay fight. It's not terrible. It's not amazing. It's okay. Obviously, as we all know, the Pacquiao fight did not come off again. I don't even need to go into that. Floyd has showed no interest in pursuing a fight with Martinez, and I don't think Martinez was even available for May 5th anyway. So we were left with a list of possible opponents to face Floyd on that date. And on that list was guys like Tim Bradley, Amir Khan, Lamont Peterson, Saul Alvarez, and of course Miguel Cotto. Now, Floyd chose to go with Miguel Cotto. Me personally, I would have preferred to see Floyd fight Khan, Bradley, or Canelo. Now, don't get it twisted. I would have picked Floyd to beat any one of those guys. Yeah, I'd still pick him to beat any of them. But I think they would be more competitive than Miguel Cotto. I think either one of those guys would have been more competitive than Miguel Cotto. I can understand Floyd not fighting Tim Bradley because now that Bradley's with Top Rank, it would have been a pretty much impossible fight to negotiate. You know, given the fact that Floyd does not have a good relationship with Bob Arum and whatnot. And Bob Arum definitely has his own plans for Tim Bradley right now. He's not about to put Bradley in with the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world just yet. Not until he's made some money from him first. So I can understand that fight not getting made. The Khan fight, Khan is coming off a loss. So I can understand him not fighting Khan. Khan ain't got no titles. He's coming off a loss. Why fight Amir Khan? You can fight someone else, another credible opponent for more money. So why fight Khan? So I can understand that fight not being made as well. And then we have Saul Alvarez. And I know I criticized Alvarez in the past for calling out Mayweather, but my criticism of Alvarez was not calling out Mayweather per se. I ain't got no problem with him calling out Mayweather. I've got a problem with him not fighting the best guys in his division. You understand? It's like, if you want to fight Floyd, cool. But why are you avoiding the competition in your own division? To me, that didn't make sense, right? But I have no problem with him fighting Floyd per se. It's not, my issue with him is not who he is fighting. My issue is with who he's not fighting. You understand? But, you know, him against Floyd, I think would be a more competitive fight than Floyd against Alvarez. I think it'd be a more exciting, Floyd against Cotto. Because I think it'd be a more exciting fight. I think Alvarez is stronger than Cotto. He's younger. He hasn't taken no beatings. He's fresher. He's a harder puncher. He's naturally bigger. He's taller. And even though he lacks Cotto's experience is often overrated in boxing. You know, Kermit Cintron had more experience than Alvarez. You understand? But he still beat Kermit Cintron. Right? So experience in boxing is important, but nothing is more important in boxing than ability. You can gain experience. You can't gain ability. Ability is God-given. Yeah? Saul Alvarez is a naturally harder puncher than Miguel Cotto at 154. He's naturally bigger. He's naturally stronger than Cotto at 154. You understand? He can gain experience. You can't gain the kind of ability that he has. Miguel Cotto can't gain that ability. You either have it or you don't. So I feel that Alvarez's natural ability would have been more of a threat to Mayweather than Cotto's experience and whatever ability he has left at this stage of his career. So I would have preferred to see him fight Canelo than Miguel Cotto at this stage. Like I said, not that I would be picking Canelo to win, but I just think it would be more competitive and it would be a more exciting, you know, type of fight, given the size of Canelo and his power and what have you. And it's definitely not a situation where I feel that Canelo don't deserve to fight Mayweather. I mean, people need to get off Mayweather's nuts. Seriously, some of you Flomos just make me laugh with the shit that you say. Oh, this guy ain't earned his shot at Mayweather. Who the fuck are you to say who's earned a shot at Mayweather? Boxing does not revolve around Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, boxing does not revolve around Floyd Mayweather. You understand? So it's not a case of who has earned their shot at Mayweather. If a guy is a champion, he ain't got to earn shit from Floyd. If Floyd wants to fight him, let them fucking fight. No one's got to earn shit. Yeah? If a guy holds a belt in another division, he can fight who the fuck he wants. If he wants to fight Floyd and make some money, let him fucking fight. He ain't got to earn shit. Floyd is not the king of boxing. Yeah? The pound for pound championship is a theoretical title. Do you understand? The pound for pound title is theoretical. It's not a real thing. You understand? So, whatever, man. So yeah, I would have preferred to see him fight Canelo. And that, I suppose that fight could have been made. It was with Golden Boy. He definitely could have made that fight. Canelo's got a big following. It definitely would have done well, box office wise. You know, he didn't take it. He took Miguel Cotto instead. And I can probably understand it. I don't know. I mean, some people might say maybe he felt Canelo was too dangerous, you know. But then other people might say, nah, you know, maybe he felt that he'd beat Canelo so easily that people would criticize him for taking on someone that's got no experience. So, you know, I'm not mad at Floyd for taking Miguel Cotto over Alvarez. I'm not mad at him at all. But me personally, I would have preferred it, and I think it would have been a more competitive fight and a more dangerous fight for Floyd than taking on Miguel Cotto. But there you have it. You know, he's taking on Cotto. It's not like I think Cotto has no chance at all. I mean, you know, Cotto beat Shane Mosley, and Shane Mosley was 1 or 2 punches away from a knockout win over Floyd Mayweather in that second round when they fought. So people go overboard sometimes with Floyd and act like he literally is invincible, but he's not invincible. A 38-year-old washed up over the hill Shane Mosley nearly got him out of there in the second round. Imagine if that was a young, strong fighter with youth and energy that had the strength to shrug Floyd off and land more power shots in that second round. You know, our whole perception of Mayweather would be completely different if that had happened. But no, he was in there with an old 38-year-old Shane Mosley, way past his best, who did not have the reflexes or the energy that he had when he was younger. Or else Floyd may well have not survived that second round if it would have been the Mosley of 10 years ago. Right? So let's not get carried away and make Mayweather out to be this invincible entity that he isn't. He's a very good fighter. I've got no problem with people saying he's pound for pound #1 right now. I think he would beat Pacquiao right now. Yeah, so I've got no problem with all that, but people go overboard, man. People get caught up in all the hype. People get caught up with this whole idea that Mayweather's invincible, and some people even believe he's the greatest fighter of all time. It's unbelievable. I had some fucking moron some months ago on my channel page trying to tell me that Roy Jones was a bum and criticizing me for not having Floyd in my top 10 most favorite fighters. Not pound for pound, just favorite. I mean, Roy Jones's resume is way better than Floyd's resume. The guys he beat over the years that he did it, the things that he achieved is better than Floyd achieved. You understand? Some of you youngsters don't know shit about boxing, and you just Flow-mos and Floyd nut huggers. You don't know nothing about boxing. You know, when Floyd comes in and starts saying that he's the best fighter of all time, it's bullshit. How can you compare Floyd's resume to Sugar Ray Robinson, or to Henry Armstrong, or to Muhammad Ali, or to Roy Jones Jr.? Come on now. Man, some of you people don't know shit about boxing. Some of you young kids, man, you just talk so much shit. Just dumb Flow-mos that don't know nothing about boxing. Floyd is a very good fighter. And yeah, he's probably the best pound for pound fighter in the world right now. But he's not invincible. Yeah? He nearly got his clock cleaned by an old man in Shane Mosley a couple fights ago. In that second round, Mosley just did not have the youth and strength to finish. But, you know, a younger guy, a younger, stronger, you know, hungrier guy with more speed and energy and youth could well have finished the job in that second round, and we wouldn't even be talking about Floyd as the best pound for pound fighter right now. You understand? You're only one punch away in boxing. You're only one punch away from victory or defeat. Yeah? Floyd is nowhere near invincible. People are getting confused by this whole Mayweather shit. There's no fighter in boxing that's invincible, right? But if you're talking about right now, the fighters who are closest to invincible in this sport of boxing right now is not Floyd Mayweather. It's the Klitschko brothers. There is more chance of Mayweather losing than there is the Klitschko brothers losing right now. Yeah? But obviously the Klitschkos don't have the kind of competition that Mayweather has. Yeah, Mayweather's definitely fighting, you know, more even competition. He's not outweighing his opponents by, you know, 30 pounds and shit, you know. But either way, when a Mayweather fight comes up, yeah, especially when he's fighting these young, strong, hungry guys, like, you know, if he did fight Alvarez or any of these guys, there's more chance of him losing than there is of Klitschko's losing their fights. You understand? So there you have it. So yeah, man, this Cotto Mayweather fight, it's okay. Cotto may have a chance if he can exploit his foot movement, because there's still a question mark over Floyd's legs at this stage of his career. Floyd has been pretty stationary in his past couple fights, and that might be by choice. It might be Floyd choosing to fight a more stationary fight because of his strategy in those particular fights. Or it could be that age is catching up with him at 34 years old and that he can no longer move his legs like he used to. Who knows? But Miguel Cotto is going to have to hope that Mayweather's legs are shot and that he can somehow formulate a strategy to exploit Mayweather's lack of foot speed these days. Because as we know, Miguel Cotto does still have good legs, right? He may not be as good technical fighter as Floyd. He may not be as tall or have as long a reach as Floyd has, but he still has legs. We know that. He still has good legs. We've seen it in his last few fights, especially against Yuri Foreman. So if he can formulate some type of strategy where he can take Floyd's legs away and then exploit his lack of foot movement with his own very good foot movement, then you never know. He could produce an upset. I doubt it. I'm sure you all know I'll probably be picking Floyd in this fight. And I'll be picking him by a pretty comfortable victory, to be honest. But it is boxing. You never know. I do believe Cotto does have the power to hurt Floyd if he can land the shots. If he can find a way to land the clean shots, he might be able to do something. So anyway, we'll see. We'll see, man. I'll be watching the fight. It'll be fairly interesting, but I'm definitely not overly excited for this fight. But yeah, let me know what you lot think about this fight. Leave your comments in the comment section below. This is Hat Man. I'm out.